What's up, YouTube? I got a couple knives for you today. Picked up a couple Kershaws, and I just wanted to give you my first impressions and thoughts on these knives here. First off, I have a Freefall, model number 3840. I got these like about a week or so ago. The Freefall, as you can see in front of you, not too big of a knife, but it isn't small at all. This knife right here, 7.5 inches. The blade length is 3 1/4 inches. The thickness of the blade stock is 0.12, roughly around 3/16 or so there. It's got Tanto, kind of a Sponto type of grind there with a Stonewash, typical Kershaw Stonewash there. The actual entire blade length is 4 1/4 inches. And the handle thickness is about a little over ½ inch there. This new nylon, or this new handle material that they're using with the the Kershaw K logo through there, is a glass-filled nylon, and what they call a GFN material. And it's pretty good. It's textured, and it's a good way to kind of style up a low-budget knife, which this is. The Freefall is about, it's 26 bucks before shipping. Not a bad knife. The ergonomics are actually pretty darn good. Pocket clip is it is a, I think it's tip up, right hand carry only. I'm not sure if this can be flipped around. It looks like it may be able to. It's mounted towards the back. It's got two little pins right here that are part of the liner that I believe protrude and locks this in place from keeping it from going up or down. And I think all you would have to do is take this off and spin it around for left-hand carry there. Like I said, the knife's, it's a pretty cool knife. I mean, I like it, even though it is kind of small. And for the price, at 25 bucks, you can't beat it. It's a really good work knife. The weight isn't too bad there, and it sits really low in the pocket. It's got a big oversized lanyard hole, so let's say if you want to just have it thrown in your pocket and pull it out via the lanyard, you can do that. There's jimping on the spine here of the handle. It's slightly raised towards the back. As you can see, the liner drops, or the scale drops down, and it protrudes up there. For reverse grip, maybe it is comfy and it's doable. It's probably more to secure purchase back through here. The jimping that is on the blade is a little on the sharp side, and I believe it's just because it's so narrow at the top, because it's kind of got this funky grind on there, like the swedge that travels the majority of the top of the blade before it hits the Tanto. It's got that Sponto grind, and it's pretty cool. Like I said, for 25 bucks, you can't go wrong with that knife. I've actually put it up for sale, and it's gone already. This is going to a new owner, or it's put on hold anyway. I'll let you guys know if it changes or whatever. So that's pretty much it with that. I'll kind of jump back and forth between this and the other knife I'm about to show you. Next knife is the Thermite, with the 3880, and this is a Rick Hinderer design. Rick Hinderer's done stuff, started doing stuff with as far as ZT goes, which is branched off of Kershaw, and now he extended. He did a collaboration with Kershaw, actually, with the Cryo, and now they have the Cryo 2, which is a larger version of it. And now he's done another collaboration through the Thermite. Thermite, spring assisted, just like the Freefall is. This is screams Rick Hinderer as far as the blade goes. Sponto grind on this guy. Total length is 8.375, so this is a little larger. The blade length is 3 1/2 inches. The blade steel on both of these, by the way, is 8CR13 MOV. It's got a textured finish to the handle on this right here with a milled out logo, or not milled out logo, but a milled out pattern here. It's been referred a lot to looking like some kind of a, like what you find on the old school Mustang bosses or whatever. Actually, Sherman 614 actually mentioned that, and someone who commented in his video said that it reminded him of the Mustang, so I could kind of see that too. Mild texturing on there, but not too bad. Good grip on it. The Stonewash finish, typical of Kershaw there. It is a frame lock. It's got that same Stonewash finish on the frame lock there. and low ride, pretty low ride pocket clip. Not as low ride as the Freefall, but it is pretty low. It's got the over travel slash stabilizer for the frame lock side there, and as you can see on this side, 3880 is a model number, and it says Hinderer design on there, which is a nice touch. This knife right here, I believe, goes for $35.95, but it's kind of sold out everywhere. If you can find it somewhere, I think you can buy it at your Cabela's, but it is a bit more expensive there. So pretty much cool knife. This is also for sale. I'm getting rid of it. I just pretty much purchased it just to kind of look it over and kind of show you guys what I found. The ergos on it are okay. They're actually the Freefall's ergos are better than this. Although I do like the jimping on this better because it's more relaxed, so it doesn't burn up your hand as much as the other. The backspacer on this has got this kind of a gear pattern type of deal there that protrudes up and above the scale and the frame lock side, which is good. I always thought that was a good idea for knife makers and manufacturers to have it raised instead of inset in there. Makes a lot more sense. Big, generous lanyard hole, just like the Freefall. And pretty nice. I mean, reverse grip, it's actually better than the Freefall reverse grip. All in all, pretty comfy. I don't feel any burns on the pocket clip or anything like that. There, I did switch this from tip down to tip up carry on this one. There, just a word of advice to you guys. I've heard a lot of things as far as people stripping out these pocket clip screws. Although I did not have an issue with this. I just pretty much grabbed the Torx bit and took it right out. Just a suggestion to you guys, if you're going to pull these pocket clips out, the minute it feels like it's a little too tough or like it's not moving or backing out as easily as it should, go ahead and throw a blow dryer to it. Heat it up, and that Loctite that they use in there will heat up a little bit and allow the screws to back out without stripping the head. So there's a little tidbit of advice there to help you out there. Both of these knives were centered nice. Lockup on this guy is probably 50%. Probably a little more than what you would want, but it's not bad. It's still nice and solid, and it works fine. The Freefall centered perfectly. Early lockup on this one as opposed to there, rock solid too. So basically, two pretty good offerings from Kershaw this time around here. These are kind of their like budget line, and they're meant to take over what the Compound and the Acid were a few years back. And I think, as far as in comparison to the Compound and the Acid, these are, you know, way better looking, way better put together. I think they're more sturdy feeling. They feel more secure in your hand. They feel like they're built stronger, where when I picked up the Acid or the Compound, they felt very light, and not that they weren't built sturdy, they didn't feel like you really had too much knife in your hand, where these kind of feel hardy, and like, you know, even though this has got that glass filled nylon handle, this still feels like, you know, a bit of knife in there, and you could drop it or do whatever and wouldn't have an issue with it. So pretty cool. These guys are, one of the things I do like about what they're coming out here with Kershaw is there's Hinderer sprinkled all over ZT and Kershaw. I mean, even though this was not a Hinderer design, it's still using that Sponto grind that you commonly find on the Hinderer with the hollow grind and everything. So there's accent of that. There's a couple other knives. The dimension, if you look at it, very similar looking to the Hinderer design, or has some Hinderer characteristics to that. The dimension is actually a little bit more expensive than that, right around like I'd say the $50 to $60 range, and that would be a titanium knife, but they're using HCR 13 MOV, so they're charging more because of the titanium. Another knife also that kind of steps away from the Hinderer design, it's kind of its own thing, would be the Piston, which is another good, the next step up from these guys, and the Piston's right around the same price as the Dimension. Although the only difference is it's not a titanium knife, it's got G10, and the reason why it's more money, they're using the Sandvik 14C28N, and it's a US made item, so that's going to be a little bit more money. But that's it. Besides all the Hinderer stuff, pretty much the pistons. The only piston and a couple other models, the only thing that really stand apart. So if you're not really into hinder designs and you're looking to get a Kershaw with all their new offerings, you're going to probably end up having to spend a little bit more money to get away from that hinder look. If you love hinder, then this is your season, because basically you can have so many choices of handle configurations and whatnot, and have hints of hinder all over it if you really like the you know, really want a hinder-ish type design without having to spend the money. So anyway, here you go, guys. This is my impressions of these two knives. Sorry about ranting about those other models there, but I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up on that. I am getting rid of this Thermite. I'm going to sell this, and I'm going to sell it for $30 shipped. There, this is brand new in box. I opened it just to do the review on this, and you know, like I said, I purchased it just simply to do the review. It's kind of, there's other stuff going on that I'd rather have money going into, or I'd use this the money from this and the other knife to go ahead and get some more stuff to review for you guys. So if you guys are interested, $30 shipped to your house. They're kind of sold out all over the place. It's $35 on Blade HQ, and then you have to pay shipping, so you're looking at $40. So it's not a bad deal at $30. Saving you $10, and that's including shipping. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys and all your support. Let me know if you have any questions on these two. Let's take another look before. It's kind of hard to tell if my... There she goes. She's focusing. Pretty cool. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this. Post a comment below. Take it easy. Peace.